Well, greetings for color fans and welcome back to Meteor's channel and installment number 7 of all the Series A Marvel Value stamp issues and the stamps therein. So 307 in total. I think I've mentioned this before. But anyway, so in this episode, you will see the last 16. Next week, I'm going to show all the covers rapid fire, just so you'll know about all. They have all 307 issues in one video, right? But today we're going to start at 16, count down to 1, do some shout outs. I'll show you one stamp that I think I was first to identify, and I'll show you a pretty crazy color variation as well. All right, first stamp is number 16, and that is one of my favorite characters, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. First, there were, I think, 3 issues on this one. FF 155, and he appeared. There's the stamp right there. There he is, that light blue background. And it was only 2 issues, not 3. And a pretty beat up, but it's in there. Hulk 179. And there is Shang-Chi once again. Nice ad there for Conan. All right. Next is 15, obviously. Count down to 1 here. And this is Iron Man. And we'll start with 3 issues. And Captain America, I'll start with 3 issues. He appeared in 3 issues, different issues. Captain America 176, where Steve quits being Captain America for a little while. And there is the stamp and the ad. Really dark blue background there. Next is Creatures on the Loose, number 28, featuring Thongor. Yeah, if you take out the Ong, you can get Thor. So, yeah, whatever. And he appears right there. Sorry about that. Here, nice ad there for that. I love that ad for Tales of the Zombie and Dracula Lives. Simon Garth there. Ooh, nice. And the 3rd issue is Shang-Chi, Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, number 24. And Iron Man appears right there. Another great ad there for Haunt of Horror. Used to have those. Got rid of those some time back. Trade or something. All right, next is the Mummy, the Living Mummy, number 14. I'm going to show you some crazy variation on that. And he first appeared in Doctor Strange number 3. Shout out to Aaron Gunner, Psychotronics Work Gun, my buddy from Washington State, who was kind enough to send me this one, and a Daredevil to help me in this project. I really appreciate you, my friend. It's great to have friends like Aaron here in the community. And there is a Living Mummy with that blue background. And the next one he appeared in is Marvel Spotlight number 19. But in this one, he's got a red background. Kind of a yellowish bandages. So yeah, very strange there. But those were the only 2. We don't know which one was the correct one because there were only 2 of them. I kind of figure the blue one really would be the better one, but I mean, that's my opinion. Next is Doctor Strange. Yes, Stephen Strange. Appeared in 3 issues. First one is Amazing Adventures 23, featuring War of the Worlds, Killraven. And he appeared on the very last page of that issue, right there. Next is Avengers 127, part of that wedding of Crystal and Quicksilver crossover with Avengers 150, I do believe. And there is the stamp right there. Another that Conan ad again. All right, and the 3rd one is from Son of Satan number 1. And there he is right there. A little darker inking on that, but again, that's par for the course for these stamps. All right, number 12 is next. And that is none other than Daredevil. Yes, Matt Murdock. First one we'll show is in Frankenstein Monster number 11. I think it just says Frankenstein in the indicia, as I recall. Yeah, just Frankenstein. And he appeared on the last page of that issue as well, right there. This one also has quite some variations. Look at that. He's got his red costume with that yellow circle and the blue background, right? And let's look at the next one here. Mighty Thor. Thor 223. And of course I missed the page, but now he's got a much lighter background. But you still have the yellow circle on that one. And then finally he appeared in Tomb of Dracula number 37. Is it Tomb of Dracula in the indicia? Yep, sure is. There it is. And he appeared on the last page there. And again, kind of the lighter. I kind of like the dark blue one, actually. I prefer the, but again, who knows. And next is number 11, and that's Deathlock the Demolisher. And I do believe I was the first to identify the art on this one. It is from, you'll notice, the splash page of Astonishing Tales 25, and of course, being one of my favorite characters, I didn't even have to look that one up. I just told the guy, hey, I know where that's from. So the first one here, Incredible Hulk 186. And there is Deathlock right there, Luther Manning, with that green background. And the next one is in Marvel Team Up, that appeared in 3 stamps, 3 issues, by the way. Marvel Team Up 29. And there he is again. Nice little ad there for Vampire Tales, right? All right, a little darker green on that one, it looks like. And then finally, The Hands of Chang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu 19. And there is Deathlock once again. Yeah, classic pose there from his first appearance in Astonishing Tales 25. Next is stamp number 10, which is Luke Cage, Power Man. Appeared on 2 issues. First we're showing is Conan 36. Alrighty. And he appeared right there. That's from first appearance, the cover of his first appearance from Hero for Hire number 1. And next is Strange Tales 175. This is a reprint issue, but the stamp was in there because previously it was Brother Voodoo starred in there. So that's why you find it in a reprint issue. There is Luke Cage right there. And next is none other than Captain Marvel, stamp number 9, and he appeared, I believe, in 4 issues. First, we'll talk about Fantastic Four 145. And the stamp is right there from that beautiful cover, Starlin cover in Captain Marvel 29. And this one is cool because it is also a Mark Jewelers. And I'll show you that here real quick. There it is. Yeah, look at there. All right, next he appeared in Jungle Action 12. Nice purple background there. Appeared on the last page, as you can see right there. Do you have to make those dreadful decisions? Do you have to make dreadful decisions? Crazy. That's a crazy magazine. All right. And next is in Kazar 4. Yeah. And there is Marvel right there. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu ad. They advertise a lot of the magazines in the comics, if you notice. And then finally, Werewolf by Night 27 with that just off-the-wall creature. But the stamp is right there once again. Yeah. Right. All right. And next, one of my favorite, Captain America, stamp number 8. He appeared in 4 as well. Talk about Conan 37. And there he is, right there. Notice the blue on his kind of hood or whatever it is that he wears up there with the wings. And a few of them were colored a bit differently, as you're going to see here. Next is Defenders number 15. Defenders versus the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And, is that right? Okay, there it is. And there he is right there. Very nice. Giant size Master Kung Fu on that one, okay. And next is Frankenstein, number 16. And there he is once again. A little bit darker inking on that. And then finally, Werewolf by Night 24. And here you will see that his head covering is a little bit different. They colored it a little, I think they kind of forgot to color it blue there. But anyway, it's pretty close though. All right. Next is number 7, Werewolf by Night. It just says Werewolf. First is Daredevil number 114. Shout out to my cousin, Hero in Red Tights. Richard, he had a birthday just a few days ago. I'm actually taping this on my birthday. There is number 7 with that yellow background. And he helped me when I was first collecting these stamps way back when. And he also helped me to not follow, not get Daredevil 119 because that one didn't have a stamp. And then lastly is Tomb of Dracula 18. Yes, co-starring Werewolf by Night. But here you have a blue background. So, you know, what's up with the monsters here? The Mummy had 2 different color backgrounds. The Werewolf, I don't know. They just can't make up their minds with those backgrounds on the classic monsters. All right, next is number 6, Thor. Mighty Thor, Odin's son, yes. First up is Amazing Spider-Man 132. I believe these were 4 issues that he appeared in. The stamp, I mean. And there's number 1. Oh, there's the first one, I should say. And next is Captain Marvel 33. That cool Starlin cover and Thanos cover. And there's Thor once again, a little bit darker. And Giant Size Avengers ad right there. Coming at you. 2 Thors, look at that. And next is Marvel Premiere 19. Featuring Iron Fist, Daniel Rand. And there's Thor once again, number 6. Ooh, there's that Wolverine ad again. Those things just pop up everywhere. Actually, I think there was only 3 issues. And next, another Marvel Premiere, number 25. That's the last issue with Iron Fist, a Marvel Premiere. And there's Thor once again. All right, very nice. We're getting to the end, folks. It's been over a month since I've been doing these and having a blast going through these comics again. Number 5 is Dracula. And there is Doctor Strange number 2. Great Brunner cover and interior. And there is Vlad Tepes himself. That's from an early Tomb of Dracula as well. Maybe number 3, the cover. And next is Marvel Spotlight 14. Featuring the Son of Satan. And once again, we have Dracula transforming from bat to human form or whatever, vampire form. And there's a nice ad there for that Thor issue. Thor 225 maybe? 221, or somewhere in there. And then finally, War is Hell, number 11. And there is, once again, stamp number 5. Warlock, Strange Tale ad. All right, folks. Next is number 4, The Thing, Ben Grimm. Amazing Spider-Man 135. That early appearance of the Punisher. And there we have The Thing. Right there. And that ad. Fantastic Four, apropos, right? And next is Avengers 123. This is one that I pieced together from a coverless copy. And there is a very dark ink, number 4. There are 3 issues here. And then lastly, Incredible Hulk 183. And there is the thing stamped once again. And the Treasury. All right, last 3. Number 3 is Conan the Barbarian, and it says so on the stamp. Amazing Spider-Man 134 versus the Tarantula. He of the pointed toes. And there's number 3. Deadly has a Kung Fu ad again. And next is Luke Cage, Power Man. I think it just says Power Man in the indicia. Let me check there. Yes, it does. And he appeared right there. A little bit more bronze-looking skin there. Not Conan, the Sumerian there. And then lastly, another Luke Cage. Another Power Man, 23. Appeared on the last page there. Giant size chillers ad. All right. Down to the last 2. Number 2 is, is the Incredible Hulk. He appeared, I believe, in 3 or 4 issues. Well, we'll see. Amazing Spider-Man 130 versus the Hammerhead, the famous Spider-Mobile there. Might have been 4 issues. And there is the Hulk number 2, stamp number 2, with that ad for Daredevil 108. Next is Captain Marvel 41. And there is again stamp number 2. And then next actually is 4 issues because this one's a giant size. Giant size Fantastic Four number 4. Shout out to Cheap Comic Collector Rob. I do believe I picked this up from him when I was living in Jersey for a while. So thank you, Rob, for all you do, buddy. You give us some great deals, and we pick up some great comics from you. Great to have you as a friend here in the community. Invincible Iron Man 70 is the last one. And there is Hulk once again. And the last stamp is, of course, none other than Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man. They just call him Spider-Man on the stamp. Appears in 3 issues. Captain Marvel number 35. There he is. Spider-Man, right? Does whatever a spider can. Power Man number 20 versus Cottonmouth. That's pretty much what I got right now. I gotta get a drink. All right, and the last issue, the last stamp that I'm going to show, Thor 221. Oh, I'm going to show the stamps from the book, but in the comic. And there it is, number 1. And that, folks, are all 100 Marvel Value stamps and all the issues that they contained them, right? At least the original stamps. There were some later on in other publications, but those are the original 100 stamps. Stan Lee, that he, I think Roy Thomas had something to do with it. When you read the value stamp book, you kind of get the impression this was mostly Stan Lee's baby. Of course, the marketing master that he was. All right, so that's it for this episode. I'm going to have all those shout outs, those 3 great channels in the description below, as well as links to all the previous episodes and the MVS stamps site, so that you can go ahead and look at these stamps for yourself and look at all the different art in which, or the places where the art came from, etc. All right, so join me next week for all the covers, and then this will end this series, which will have lasted almost 2 months, if you can believe that. All right, buddy, be kind to each other, be blessed, be back, bye.